Will and Jada, this is the one long-term relationship that you never want to be in as a man, where all the power has shifted to the female and she has no respect for you and will say and do anything. Now, they've been together since the early 90s. I think she was about 22 years old when they got together, and Will is not that much older than her. So they've been in it for a long time, and they did a lot. They're hustlers. And I know a lot of women and some beta males gonna probably say, "Oh, they rich. Why you worried about it?" Hey, listen. In this new world, we're gonna start calling a spade a motherfucking spade, okay? If you're rich, you a billionaire and you molest kids, take your ass to prison. If you got $1 billion and you a straight weirdo, we ain't fucking with you. I don't care about status, fame, notoriety, all of that shit. I'm calling everything for what it is from here on out. Now, this shit started in the 90s. They got together in the 90s. The bullshit started in the 90s. She been hanging on Tupac nuts since before he even died. Apparently, they went to school together at Performing Arts. I think it was called Juilliard or Juliet or something. So they built a friendship, and it carried on until both of them became successful, and she ended up marrying Will Smith later. But she claims her and Pac was just friends, but she's still crying about him 25 years later. Tupac did, Tupac dad, Tupac great, Tupac was so talented, Tupac so cool. Listen, I would have told her ass, like, I'm not finna hit a female, but I damn sure would have thumped her ass in the back of the head about the third time she did it, and this would have stopped in the 90s. Because I would have told her ass, go hop your ass in the grave with Tupac. Go ahead and jump your ass in the grave with Tupac if you got to keep talking about him like real shit. He didn't have to deal with that. I would have told her, go hop your ass in the grave. I'm the Fresh Prince, ho. Fuck thug life. But he ain't never do that. So it just built up, and she started to think she can do anything, right? Because you fast forward, you gave her an inch. Now look, she done took a mile. A friend of the family, August Alsina, this was back in probably 2018, 19. She admitted to it in 2020. A friend of the family, their son's Jaden friend, come to the house. He going through a little mental issues. Jada help him heal with the grandma pussy, right? And you think she cut any slack because this was a young man? Nah, Jada got traction on her pussy from the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, the 2010s. What you think that's gonna do to a young man's mind, man? That's like pedophilia. This man don't know what the fuck he was getting himself into. That great auntie pussy. You feel me? So the son's friend comes in the house. Like, how much of a lack of respect is that for your husband, right? But I don't blame Jada. I don't. Because she's only going to do what Will lets her. Will did it to himself. But there's no respect there. Because certain women, they already know, but it's dependent on the husband. Certain husbands, women will know if you did some shit like that, you're liable to death. Now, I don't condone that, but that's why you can't play with some people like that, right? She done let August come in. You supposed to be helping them heal, right? But y'all healing all right. And when she admitted she was using those keywords, she had to help them heal. She had to connect, right? August done came in there and he done put her to bed, bed. He done put her to bed, bed. He done rocked her body, ate that monkey, put his finger in her booty, made her think it was her and Pac's first time. He done put her... Hey, man, it is a cold world out here. When you don't have respect, I read something, I think it was 48 Laws of Power, and it said that it's always better to have respect than love, right? The love will come. But if you had to choose one or the other as a man, get your respect, because people are going to handle you a certain way. A motherfucker will love you and stab you in your fucking back, set you up, because they got to eat, you know what I'm saying? But if they respect and have a little bit of fear, that's when they're going to think twice. So it's better to have your respect. Next, she been on the Red Table Talk. That's her show. And look, they broadcast their own relationship, so I should have an opinion, right? Red Table Talk, she been there saying all type of shit about Will. One time she said along the lines of, he didn't know how to read her after all of this time, including sexually. What that mean? What that mean? Basically, you telling the whole world that your man ain't got no stroke game, right? Because I don't care if you wanted it fast or slow. If you have a good orgasm, what type of girl have a good orgasm and still complaining? Well, I wanted it slow, but you was just over there shivering and quaking. Come on now. Basically, she was saying that Will ain't got no fuck game. And that's some cold stuff. Like, I don't understand why you would want other people to have less respect for your man. Like, why would you even broadcast? It just don't even make sense to me. But when you let shit get out of hand and you let a female run you as a man, this what happens. Like, they're gonna devour you. Like, he been emasculated, he been castrated, and she been had his balls in a Birkin bag for at least 15 years now, right? Look, Will Smith recently came out with a book. It was a book, I didn't read it or whatever, but I saw a video because someone was talking about how Will Smith in the book put that he was contemplating suicide. Now, I'm not saying it's because of his dealings with Jada or whatever, but this shit definitely lowered his testosterone. I definitely want to see a little piece of the Fresh Prince back. Come on, man. Fresh Prince, bro, I know that was part of you. You know, because you acted that role so good. And look, every week you had a different superstar female on there. Naomi Campbell, Nia Long, Gina, I think, was on there. It was just the list went on and on. But you had that spark in your eyes, and maybe if you leave, you can regain it. But this one a wrap, bro. Either you're gonna die a miserable old man, or you're gonna try to regain some freedom because you're in your early 50s. And hey, man, go have a reset. Like, you sabotaged the relationship by not standing your ground and not telling her to shut the fuck up and go jump in the grave with Tupac. Because that's what, hey, this relationship, if either she would have chose, I'm going to stop saying all of this shit about Tupac, or I'm going to be with Will. Or the relationship would have ended, or she would have stopped talking all of that shit. And that's why I don't deal with females with male friends. Like it or not, that's just the way I operate. If you got any when I meet you, at that moment when we decide to get serious, either you choose to cut them off and go on, and if I catch you one time talking to them, it's a wrap. Because you gotta do what stands for you. You gotta maintain your principles, and when you don't, people walk over you, right? And anybody don't want to deal with that and have male friends, go about your life and go about mine. Life too short, right? But yeah, to me, this is the saddest love story ever because Will has no testicular fortitude left. Like, there's no way that a woman that I'm with, that I protect and feed, and, you know, we got this relationship going on, there's no way that she's going to say any of those things to me, even in person or personally, but definitely not broadcasted. He don't know how to please her sexually. Come on, Will, man. You going outside. All y'all men stay strong. Keep elevating out here.